Baxter's 942 in the Highlands of Louisville, Kentucky, and worldwide on Apple Podcasts, Google Play, iHeartRadio, SoundCloud, and YouTube. This is Shooting from the Lip Live. I'm Erik McEwen. Right next to me, Mr. Kevin Hale. And Kevin, I got a story to tell you. About 3.5 years ago, I went to Vernon Club, the basement Vernon bowling lane, for a CD release show. The band was phenomenal.
Fun, F-U-N, nominal?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely crazy. Amazing act. The band was called Mad Luck, and their album was incredible. And right here, if you'd introduce this guest.
Miss
Edit.
Andi Ramser.
Hello.
About time we got a pretty blonde on the show.
Well, thank you.
Well, we had Chip on a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, we did.
So how are you, Andy?
I'm doing just fine. How are you?
I'm good. Still listen to the Mad Luck record, even though it's been a little while. It's still an amazing album.
It's on my iTunes.
Yeah, it's great, and you can still find it on iTunes. So what's new? What's going on?
There is so much going on, but it's so much fun. So Sean lives in Nashville. I don't. Some people see that I'm traveling back and forth.
And Sean Ewing, from your guitar player in Mad Luck.
I should probably introduce that,
Strung Out
right?
Loud,
Sean Ewing is the guitar player for both Mad Luck and Strung Out Loud. But Mad Luck was a little bit on the back burner for a while, and we tried to keep it going. It was just difficult. He lived in Florida for a while, and then now that he's in Nashville, we have revived the project, so to speak, and we found that it made a lot more sense to have a couple guys that we play with down there, because now we can say we're local in Nashville, which helps us with getting gigs, and we are local here in Louisville, where everything started. We have Chip Adams on bass, and as we were talking earlier, our buddy Drummy Chris on drums.
Chris Rawl is one of my favorite people on earth, and one of the best drummers in town, easily.
I didn't even know his last name.
Yeah.
I just call him Drummy.
And Chip is
Says
awesome.
Drummy Chris. I'm on the Facebook page. So
He's a really cool guy.
So is it Mad Luck North and versus Mad Luck South? How do you distinguish? I mean, do you even go there?
I haven't figured it out yet. I've just, I've just kept it as Mad Luck, and I haven't really had a platform to explain why we have a different bass player and drummer there than we do here. Sean and I are a couple, so we want to see each other every weekend. It's kind of a lot to ask of the guys here to make that road trip when, if you know much about original music, there is very little money that can be made. So, I don't want them to incur that expense of driving back and forth and having to make the time in their schedule for it. It's just been a lot easier to, kind of keep it separated that way.
So a bassist and a drummer in Louisville and separately from the two locations, Louisville and Nashville.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it's all Mad Luck.
It's all Mad Luck. They're all learning the same, it's the same songs. And speaking of, we've written a lot more songs over the last few years. When he was in Florida, it took us about 9 months just to get to birth one song. Does that make sense? The 9 months thing came into play there. But
What'd you name it? The song.
Funny enough, No Easy Fix.
Ta-da-da.
First, middle, and last name. So in the last couple of years, we've written a lot of new music, and we're playing it at our live shows. We just haven't taken the time to get the album together. We're just kind of letting it happen organically this time, and we're not on a deadline. We're not trying to get famous. We just love writing and playing them, and that's what we're doing.
Well, sounds great. And Strung Out Loud is still going strong, the acoustic duo of you and Sean?
So I love doing the Strung Out Loud thing. It is mostly covers. We do a few originals we throw in there. But that is basically what funds the Mad Luck project. So it's still a lot of fun to do that, and it's easy for me to schedule it. We are playing, down in Tennessee and here in Louisville still, and it's fortunate and unfortunate that the covers make a lot more money than the originals, but hey,
Sad but true.
That's what we
and
do.
it balances out, so I'm all good with it.
Well, if you haven't seen Strung Out Loud, it's a very energetic, very fun acoustic
good
duo
time.
to see.
Good
It's
time.
always fun. Song selection is a blast. It takes
We
me
play
back.
some weird stuff.
You play some really cool, weird stuff.
We love the 80s. And
So when are you, Mad Luck, Strung Out Loud, what do you have coming up that we can go check out?
Funny you should ask. I've got that information right here. So on July 3rd, it's a Tuesday night, and hoping that most people are off work the next day. It's 4th of July.
Should be. Yeah.
And so we're having an original rock showcase over at Nirvana.
Right down the street.
From 9 to 12. It's free to get in. We have a band that we've networked with, that we're good friends with, called The Darkest Hearts. They're kind of on a little bit hard rock vibe. They're coming in to play. And then Mad Luck, of course, and then Blue Funk.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I haven't gotten a chance. I haven't seen them perform
They're
yet.
good.
They were on
Really
the
looking
show
forward
last
to it.
month.
Yeah,
They their CD release party at Diamond was amazing.
It's good.
Such a great show. So yeah, you're gonna love them.
Yeah, they're headlining. And so that, again, it's July 3rd at Nirvana. And then our next show in Louisville is August 4th at 3rd Street Dive. And that's with Villa Muir and a band called Gentlemen and Scholars.
Cool. So this is we're both Mad Luck gigs.
Yeah.
Cool. July 3rd and August 4th.
Yeah, we have a couple down in Tennessee scheduled, but I want to focus on Louisville for this show.
Well, this is a Louisville show.
It
Yes.
is two Louisville shows. And then, of course, Strung Out. How often are you, Strung Out Loud, are you doing gigs here?
Well, Sean comes in. We try to balance it out, and we take turns making the drive every
Do you
other
all keep
weekend.
score? Who how many?
No, it's basically, it all kind of surrounds what are the music opportunities at the moment. Now, of course, in Louisville, I love Louisville. And I'm just going to say, I like Nashville a lot, but I love Louisville. I just love this town. And musically, it's just that everybody always talks about the community, so, I won't gush too much about that, but I mean, it's so true how supportive
It is.
this music community is, and how everybody seems to know everyone. But it is a lot easier to get shows here. If you just think about the dynamic of when I'm in Louisville and I'm playing to any crowd, whether it be 10 people or 50 people, or it doesn't usually get up in the hundreds, so I just won't go there. But most of the people were there to watch you, and there are very few musicians most times because everybody else is playing out. But in Nashville, it's like when you're playing, there are probably about 80 to 90% of the people in your audience also play an instrument or in a band or something. So
I didn't know that, but I guess
yeah.
I think
So
that's how I met her. Yeah.
yeah.
A long time ago.
I'm curious. Let me throw this question out
A long time.
at you, or actually both, since you play Louisville and Nashville. What's the ratio like from here in Louisville? You got, just throw out a number of potential venues that you could play at here. I don't know what that number
I could
is.
probably count.
Yeah, but then tell me what's that ratio there? I mean, what's for you as in
Well,
your band?
Okay, so for Mad Luck, because they are two completely different types of projects, Mad Luck with the original stuff and it being more rock oriented. Everybody knows Nashville's like country, but I would say what I know of so far, because this really is pretty brand new. We just started within the last, we had our first show here on March 10th at Nirvana, like first show in almost 2 years. And then, so when we decided to start trying to play in Nashville, what we're kind of up to at this point, I think there's like 5 or 6 venues, and then there are more. There's a tier above that, but we're no names at this point. There are a few like the Basement, Exit In. You got to have a following to be considered.
But is that the music because it's not country? Is that?
You mean as far as how many?
No, in
things?
Nashville, yeah, because Nashville. To me, is it Nashville catered more to that country sound or act?
I mean, I think there are a lot more venues that cater towards country because it's what people tend to expect that they hear there. But there is an underground, alt rock. There's an underground rock. What am I trying to think of?
Oh yeah, there's a definite rock scene in
Yes,
Nashville. There's a lot of good rockers there.
Okay.
Yeah.
A lot of amazing songwriters too that just aren't country. I mean, that town's full of songwriters anyway.
You probably know more about it than I do. I'm
I
still
wouldn't say that
I'm
at
still
all.
trying to figure it out.
You're there more.
But
Well, cool. And we were talking about the Mad Luck album, still on iTunes. You can still pick that up. It is I recommend it. It is Shooting from the Lip approved. It is a really good album. You can tell y'all spent a lot of time on it.
yeah, thanks.
And then you can also find everything on your SoundCloud. Is that right?
No, that's kind of secret. Shh. Dang it, Eric. No, actually, I have a SoundCloud where I'm kidding. You haven't blown my cover or anything. We have a few demos on there that are not like out there that I haven't posted much about them or anything, but I'm still proud of them. I mean,
enough to put them on the
Andi
internet.
Ramser's SoundCloud. You can just Google my name. Find
So,
it or
and you
something.
can find your Facebook, Mad Luck on Facebook has its own artist page. Strung Out Loud does too, from what I remember.
Yes.
Yes. And when is Strung Out Loud again playing?
Well,
Here in
let me
town?
see here. Our next show is a Gerstl's brunch on July 1st.
How do you like doing those?
I have to say there's pros and cons. Right now, the biggest con would be it's been 94 degrees on that patio and the fans barely reach. But I like having an earlier show sometimes, and the food is phenomenal. I can't think of his name right now. Their cook is so good, and they have a good brunch.
Yeah.
So I usually
I
stick
heard it's
around
good
and eat.
brunch. Good brunch, good tunes, good booze.
Yeah.
Right?
There aren't people tripping over the stage on Saturday and Sunday afternoons or knocking your speakers over.
Well, challenge accepted.
Uh-oh.
No, I'm joking.
You're invited to our next brunch.
Thank you.
Nice.
Make it crazy.
Yeah, looks like fun. I can't wait to do it. So when is that again? July?
July 1st from 1 until 5 o'clock.
So that's one, and then that's Sunday, and then you'll do third with Mad Luck here
Yeah.
at Nirvana. Original
That is
sound.
correct.
Yeah.
All right, sounds great. Andy, thank you so much for stopping by.
Thank you for having
Really
me.
appreciate it. Everybody out there in Lip Nation, definitely make it out July 3rd, along with the Louisville Boys Blue Funk at Nirvana. What time are
Some
doors?
rockin'.
8 o'clock?
All day.
All day.
But don't get drunk early and miss the show. Let's just say doors at 8.
Okay.
Come in, have some drinks, get ready for
Yeah.
a
So
great
check
time.
out.
And it's a holiday the day after, so
Yeah,
people
you get
not
to be
working.
hungover the
Right.
next day.
Yeah,
and-
you have to be with your family. So, Mad Luck and Blue Funk here in Louisville at Nirvana on July 3rd, and then at 3rd Street Dive, August 4th, you can find Mad Luck there as well. Sounds like a great time.
Yeah.
And then definitely check them out on July 1st for the brunch at Gerstl's. Sounds like a blast, Andy. Thank you so much once again.
Thank you.
Check out Mad Luck on Facebook. Check out Strung Out Loud on Facebook. And you can find the Mad Luck album on iTunes.